It's a moment that every football player dreams of. Running out onto the field, the crowd roaring, your helmet on tight, your heart pounding with adrenaline. For Inky Johnson, this was the moment he had worked for his entire life. It wasn't just a dream. It was the reality he could almost taste. He was on the verge of making it to the NFL, but on one fateful day in 2006, everything changed. What would you do if the dream you had spent your entire life chasing suddenly disappeared in a matter of seconds? If the thing that defined you, the thing that made you feel alive, was taken away forever, would you crumble under the weight of disappointment, or would you find the strength to rise again? Inky Johnson didn't just face this question, he lived it. And his answer didn't just change his life, it inspired millions. Inky Johnson was born in Atlanta, Georgia, to a single mother. Life wasn't easy, but it was filled with love and resilience. His mother, who worked tirelessly to provide for her children, taught Inky the value of hard work, sacrifice, and the importance of family. He watched his mom go through hardships, but she never complained. Instead, she kept going, day after day. This resilience became the foundation of Inky's character. He wasn't just going to survive, he was going to thrive. Growing up in a rough neighborhood, Inky understood that football could be his ticket out. It wasn't just about the sport, it was about escaping the cycle of poverty, giving his family a better life, and proving to himself and others that he was capable of greatness. From an early age, Inky had a passion for the game. He loved the feeling of running across the field, the adrenaline rush of a tackle, the camaraderie with his teammates. It wasn't just about the physicality of football. It was about the opportunity it gave him to showcase his talent, to be seen, to make something of himself. In high school, Inky was a star. His talent was undeniable and his drive to succeed set him apart from other players. But even more than that, Inky had heart. He was the type of player who pushed through pain, who fought for every yard, who led his team with every play. By the time he was a senior, he was already being scouted by colleges, with his eyes set on the University of Tennessee. This was his shot. When Inky received the scholarship offer, it was a moment of triumph. It wasn't just a personal victory, it was a victory for his entire family. His mother's sacrifices had paid off. But even more than that, Inky knew that he wasn't just playing for himself. He was playing for everyone who had supported him along the way. At Tennessee, Inky was a force to be reckoned with. He played cornerback, and his speed and tenacity made him one of the best players on the field. He had scouts from the NFL watching his every move, and it seemed like nothing could stop him. His journey to the NFL seemed inevitable. Every game, every practice was another step toward the dream he had worked so hard for. He wasn't just playing for the recognition, he was playing for the future he envisioned. A future where he could provide for his family, a future where his name would be remembered forever. His goal wasn't just to make it to the NFL, it was to become one of the best. But as Inky kept climbing the ladder, he realized something. The road to greatness wasn't easy. He had to fight for every inch, but Inky was ready for it. He wasn't just playing football for the glory, he was playing for the chance to make history, for the chance to change his life and the lives of those around him. The NFL scouts were starting to take notice. His name was being thrown around as a potential first-round pick. The future seemed bright. All Inky had to do was keep playing the way he always had. He could almost see it. His dream was within reach. It was a routine play. Inky had been in situations like this countless times before. The game was intense, but Inky was focused. He was doing what he did best, playing hard, playing fast. He was running down the field, tracking the ball carrier, preparing to make a tackle. But in that split second, everything changed. Inky collided with the ball carrier, and the impact sent a shockwave through his body. It was unlike anything he had ever felt before. The pain was instant, sharp, and intense. But it wasn't just the physical pain that stunned him. It was the feeling of numbness that followed. His right arm went limp. His fingers wouldn't move. It didn't make sense. He had been hit before, harder than this, Why couldn't he move his arm? As he lay on the field, the realization began to set in. Something was wrong. Something was very wrong. The trainers rushed to his side, but Inky didn't need their help to know the truth. He could feel it deep in his soul. The dream he had spent his entire life chasing was slipping away from him. The doctors were quick to assess the situation, and the news they delivered was devastating. Inky had suffered a severe nerve injury. The damage was permanent. He had no feeling below his shoulder. His arm would never work the same way again. The NFL dream was over. In the days following the injury, Inky was numb, not just physically but emotionally. His mind raced. The future that had seemed so certain was now a distant memory. How could this happen? Why did it happen? He couldn't understand it. All those years of work, all the sacrifices, gone in an instant. He had given everything to the game, and now it was taken from him without warning. Football wasn't just his passion, it was his identity. He had spent his entire life working toward this moment, and now it was all over. He tried to push through the pain, but the emotional toll was too great. Every time he looked in the mirror, he saw a different person. Who was he without football? Who was he without the dream that had defined his entire life? The turning point came slowly. Inky began to realize that while football had been his dream, it didn't define who he was. The qualities that had made him great on the field, resilience, determination, the will to push through pain, were still within him. He wasn't defeated. He was still capable of greatness, but it wasn't going to come from football. Inky took some time to reflect on his life. He realized that even though football was over, his purpose didn't have to end. His story didn't have to stop here. He had a new mission: to help others who were struggling with their own setbacks, to show them that they too could rise above their challenges. Inky began speaking at local schools, sharing his story with young people who faced their own challenges. He spoke about the importance of perseverance, about how the greatest setbacks can lead to the greatest comebacks. His message resonated with the students. They saw Inky as more than just a former football player. They saw him as a symbol of strength, of resilience, of hope. He was proof that you don't have to let a setback define you. You can still find a way to succeed, no matter the odds. Soon, Inky was traveling across the country, speaking to large groups of people, from high school students to corporate leaders. He spoke about turning pain into purpose, about finding strength in adversity, and about never giving up on your dreams, even if those dreams have to change. Inky's journey didn't just change his life, it changed the lives of countless others. He became a sought-after motivational speaker, traveling the country and sharing his powerful message. He wrote a book, Inky Johnson, The Purpose of Pain, which became a bestseller and inspired even more people to overcome their challenges and pursue their purpose. Inky's impact didn't stop with his speaking. He established the Inky Johnson Foundation, which helps young people achieve their dreams, regardless of their circumstances. The foundation provides scholarships, mentorship, and opportunities for those who are often overlooked by society. Through it all, Inky has learned one of life's most powerful lessons: that pain is often the gateway to purpose. He has learned that the greatest setbacks can lead to the most powerful comebacks. Inky is no longer defined by what he lost. He is defined by what he has given. And as Inky continues to inspire and mentor, he remains humble, always reminding others that their journey isn't over, no matter the obstacles in their way. Inky Johnson's story is a powerful reminder that setbacks aren't the end. They are the beginning of something greater. If you are facing obstacles in your life, remember this: you are not defined by what you've lost, but by what you're willing to gain. Every challenge is an opportunity for transformation. Every setback is a step toward your true purpose. If Inky can turn the end of his football career into a mission that touches the hearts of millions, so can you. Your pain can be your purpose. Your failure can be the start of your greatest success. So, if you're ready to redefine what success looks like for you, take the first step today. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Comment below with your thoughts and tell us how you've turned your own setbacks into strength. Remember, the world needs your story, and you're just getting started.